Hey, what's up you guys? Marty Schwartz here with GuitarJamz.com. Gonna teach you one of my favorite Beatles songs. Been playing this one for years and years and years. And I'm gonna break it down for you the best I can. Let's get right into it. You already saw, hopefully, the cover I just did. We're gonna take our index finger on the 5th fret of the E string, the A note, and then our ring finger on the octave, so the 7th fret of the D string. And then you build it up like. Keep building it, build it, build it, and then we're gonna go G, D, and that's something that's gonna be really important to practice if you're a beginner. G and D happens all the time. So I did the G chord where I had my pinky and my ring finger doubled up right there, because the ring finger will stay on the same spot for the D chord. So far we got the build up on the A note. You could just do an A chord if you wanted as well, like G, D. Okay, so we need the open A and the 2nd fret on the D, and you can go da, 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 just like a blues. We're adding our ring finger up a whole step on the D note right there. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Then I'm just going to scoot it over and do the exact same thing as string over. So the open D and then the 2nd and 4th fret on the G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's all you need for that one. So watch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Back to the 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So we got A, D, A, G, D. So it's got that little, it's like a little turnaround. It's always a little tag. A chord, A chord, A chord, D, 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 A, G, D, A, D, 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 A. Just like that. Now, if you're playing acoustic guitar and you're a beginner, you could go, Jojo was a man who thought he was alone, but he wouldn't last. I mean, you could just strum A, D, 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 A, G, D, and pretty much survive the whole song that way, but you know what I'm saying. So we've got all that stuff so far. So Jojo was a man who thought he was alone, but screwing up the word, sorry. And on that G, D, there's a little lick, and all the licks are right as far as I know in this zone. At least it kind of makes the most sense. You got the root A on the 10th fret of the B string. You also have the 11th fret on the G string with your middle finger. And we're using really pretty much the A major pentatonic, the A rooted shape. So if the 12th fret on the A string is the root of the major pentatonic, you play this. 9, 12, 9, 11, 9, 11, 10, 12, 9, 12. That's the scale. But we're going to use other bits too. So you go, so we're going to slide from 10 to 11 on the G with our middle, immediately to 10 on the B, ring on the 12 of the B, into a whole step bend. Pinky's going to go on the 12th of the high E. Back down, the bend goes natural. 10 on the B, 11 on the G, back to 10 on the B. So it looks like this. So it's like, you know, Jojo was so that's another, you know, there's 2 guitar parts going on. All right, let's keep going. Get back. It's just an A chord. There is one that's doing an A 7 sharp 9. But just for right now, you can just play an A7 bar chord or an A7 regular chord right there. So it's like, get back, get back, get D, 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 A. It's really just the same thing. Get back. You just kind of emphasize it a little bit. And then D, 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 A. Back to this little zone. You know, it's just da 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 da, ba, ba. You know, same thing as we did before. It's a little zone right here. Then the B, pinky on the 12 of the high E. Same vibe as before. The 11 on the G to the 10 on the B. And now we have a really cool thing that looks like this. I'm going to show you that real quick. All right, so we're going to slide on the 12 to the 14 on the low E. And then 12, 14 on the A. Then 12 on the D. Then 14, 12 on the A. Then 10 on the D. So and then I'm faking this a little bit, but we're going to do a bend on the 11th of the G, a half step bend. Almost sounds like he's doing it up here. You know, kind of the pentatonic vibe. But if we're already in the zone, we can do a half step bend on the 11 of the G to 9 on the G. Then to 12 on the D, and then a little bend there too. And that's kind of just, I'm faking that a little bit. So here's what we got. Dun, dun. Okay, so that's, you know, hopefully you can get, you know, improvise it a little bit and get that going, you know. Okay, another thing going on during the get back, a second guitar part could do the same thing we were doing up here, 7 to 9 slide, and then 7 on the A, 7 on the D. So it's like, and this looks like a D7 chord with the ring finger on the 9th fret. So check it out. You do 3 of them. On the third one, you play this, which is part of a D7 bar chord. Middle finger on the 8th fret of the high E, and then you bar the 7th fret on the 1, 2, 3. Check it out.